Hey creators, welcome back to the studio. I'm Aramis, the artist. Okay, y'all, we spilling the tea. We spilling the tea, okay? I'm super excited for this video because I feel like I get asked this all the time. So this is for y'all. I'm showing you all my step-by-step guide, how I turn my acrylic paintings into enamel pins. Now look, I'm far from graphic design savvy, so this is gonna be super basic tips and tools. If you're new here, allow me to reintroduce myself. I'm Aramis Hamer. I'm a full-time artist living out here in Seattle, Washington. I paint large-scale acrylic paintings. I'm super inspired by divine femininity, music, nature, and everything higher consciousness. I show my paintings in galleries, coffee shops, and now sis is in museums, okay? She out here leveling up. And I also paint indoor and outdoor murals for small businesses, commercial spaces, all sorts of stuff. So I'm actually gonna be showing you all how I even turn my murals into pins as well. So nestle in tight and let's hop into the video. Here are all the timestamps so you all can hop around, save yourself some time, and maybe even add me to your favorites playlist. Okay, how I mentioned, I have very little background in design. So I was like, how do I digitize my work? So I do sell G-Clay prints of my work, but for the pins, I just needed a small little section of it. So I was like, okay, how do I digitize it? Now, if you are already a digital artist or if you're already competent in Photoshop, Illustrator, Adobe Fresco, which I've been exploring using Skillshare. This isn't sponsored, but it will be one day. If you already know those tools, you can probably just skip ahead. But for me, like my painting is literally on canvas or it's like out in them streets. So I still need to digitize this so that I could upload the image and turn it into a pin. So where did I go? Paint 3D. Your girl is Android and PC gang over here, okay? So I don't have all the fancy things, but I do have a Surface Pro 7 and Paint 3D was already installed on my computer. So I was like, perfect, let me just use this. Paint 3D has a tool called Magic Select. So you can select a certain subject in your painting and based on the contrast of that image, they'll pretty much like crop it out for you. You might have to do a little bit of back and forth, but once you have it all set from there, you save it as a transparent PNG file and now you're ready to upload. Okay, where are we uploading this file? The company that I have been using for my 3 pins have been Vistaprint. That's been the only company I used. I've been like 1000% satisfied with them. I haven't felt like I have to go anywhere else. But if you all have some other pin companies that you recommend, drop it down in the comments below. I love our comment section. It is love, light, and information down there. So let's share the keys. What was super dope about Vistaprint is obviously I created this image in Paint 3D, which is like the lowest version of graphic design that you could probably ever use, but it was dope because Vistaprint's team was able to like change it and edit it. Just to show you an example, especially for my mama's gun pen, this was the image that I submitted and this is what they turned it into. Don't even worry about trying to make it super duper perfect. The team over there is gonna handle it. Now that you have your image ready, let's talk pins. Here are the 5 sections I'ma cover. Pin option, image type, size, back clasps, back clasps, it's such a weird word, and time frame. So they have an option where you can do a photo dome, which is gonna be literally an exact replication of what your image is gonna be. But for me, I wanted to be more of like a vector with more clean lines that you typically see in a pen. So here are the 3 pins that I got from Vistaprint. 2 were a gold finish and 1 was a nickel finish. And moving on to size. So all 3 of my pins, first of all, let me grab them. Okay, I know I got the B-roll in there, but hold on, let me get them. Let me hold on to them. When it comes down to size, you can see that I had 3 different sizes. I would say go smaller than you think because I feel like every time I got the pen, I was always like, man, this is actually bigger than I thought. So I would just recommend going a little bit smaller. The smallest one that I have is about 1 inch, which is a panda pen. I absolutely love this pen. I feel like this is the perfect size. Some of the other ones feel a little bit big, which can be cool too. I mean, they kind of just like depend on whatever effect you're trying to go for, but a lot of people have pins and like put them on their backpack. They don't want like this big ass brooch. So I would just say err closer towards the smaller size. Let's talk about the back clasp. Okay, here's a little tip because I wish I knew this when I was ordering on Vistaprint's site. When you order the pen, it automatically comes with these black clasps on them. They're like this foam cushiony stuff. Those automatically come on it, but they actually don't really stay on that well. And I didn't really notice that until my mom told me about it. So my mom is actually a registered nurse. Shout out to all the frontliners, okay? And so she was wearing her pen to work. Now, of course, course, she moving around. She's like brushing stuff. So hers would fall off all the time. And she was like, Aramis, you got to figure something out with this back class. And I was like, first of all, thanks, Mom. Like, I appreciate that. So when I went back to Wizard Pen and ordered some more pens, I realized that it's literally just like a drop down feature for you to opt to get these butterfly clasps. These are free too. So I was like, oh, like I didn't even know that. So whenever I do wear my pen, it stays on, it's fine. But of course, if you are like as active and like moving around, I would highly recommend when you order your pens for your customers, get the butterfly clasp. It'll help the pen stay on, and then your customer will be happy because then they won't lose their pen. But moms get unlimited pens, as many pens as I've sent her fair share of pens, okay? Now let's talk about time frame. I don't know how the other pen companies work, but if you go on with Wizard Pen, it will take 4 weeks. They said it will take 4 weeks. They were not playing. I was emailing them after 2 weeks like, hey, Wizzy, what my is that? They were like, sis, right here on our landing page, it says that. But I would highly suggest that if you are trying to get pens, that you order sooner. Keep that in mind whenever you are doing your promo. What I actually did for the Mama's Gun pens is that I had did pre-orders, and so by the time they had actually arrived, I was already sold out. So shout out to the Graham fam who be holding me down over there from my studio store. Truly appreciate that. So I would keep that in mind. What's nice is that they do send you a proof image. If you are waiting for your pens to arrive, you can probably just still put them up on your studio store or whatever you call your store, boo, okay? Just about you. You can put those up on your website and already have some orders coming in. Okay, now let's talk about some more fun stuff, which is the back cards. I absolutely love creating the back cards. I feel like that adds to the unboxing experience. I like for the back cards to be multifunctional. I'm all about saving the planet, limiting paper waste, and saving money. So I like for the thank you note, for the discount codes, and any other information to all be on that one back card. Of course, sometimes I add other stuff like info about how to join the Patreon community or gift guide brochures if it's around the holiday season. But for the most part, just about all the information is on the pen. And this is perfect if some of your supporters want to gift a pen to somebody else. That person also has your information too, so that it's not separated from like a separate thank you card and then the pen. It's all in one, and you saving the planet. Tink! There were 3 companies that I used to make my back cards, and I intentionally did this because I was exploring. I'm like, who got the best stuff out here? Now, I'm not out here to shame no companies, okay? I'm just here to let y'all know what my experience was. Here are the 3 that I was using: Vistaprint, Moo.com, and Canva. Now, y'all know Canva my bae. I love me some Canva. I made all of my designs actually in Canva, but for one of the back card backings, I actually used Canva to print it as well. For my first pen, which was the Mama's Gun pen, I used Vistaprint to print it off. I didn't have anything on the back of that one, and that's when I learned. I was like, this is just like blank. There's just so much real estate here that I can actually use. So for the next one, I made some changes. The next pen was the V pen, and I was super excited to turn my mural into a pen. Mama's Gun was a mural as well, but I was super excited for this. This was just like an iconic mural that I had the honor of being a part of, and so to turn it into a pen so that my supporters could wear it out in the streets, at protests, at events, to really continue to make a statement even when they aren't out here in Seattle. I'm still super excited about this pen. So the V pen, I used Moo.com. I was like, since this is going to be a limited edition pen, I'm never having this come back in the studio store. Let's upscale. Let's make it really nice. So we go and use Moo.com. Got it all super fancy, gold foil. I ordered extra back cards, and thank goodness that I did, because they were so thick, I actually had trouble getting the pen in. That's not really anybody's fault. I just wanted the card to have like thicker weight to it and have something that's a little bit more premium, something that's a little bit more exclusive, since these were going to be limited edition. But as you can see, quite a few of them were off-centered, had little marks in them. It wasn't a big deal because I did have quite a few extra, but thank goodness that I did, right? Like if I didn't have those extra and I ordered exactly what I needed, we would have had some issues. So, but I am gonna let them know about this, and I'm sure that they'll probably like give me a discount code or give me something, you know. But I was just like really surprised, considering like they were actually the most expensive option of everything, and they were the ones that I had the most issues with. So that was a little disappointing, but it was cool. I really loved how the gold finish turned out, and I ordered hundreds and hundreds of these back cards, and it was only about like 10 or 11 that was off. So that's not too bad. And of course, Canva was my absolute favorite. I just feel like they are fantastic to have because they have everything in one. Like you can create it, design it, and they print it. It's like it's just everything. And they're super fast too. I feel like I don't be clicking express, but I feel like I get my products really quickly. So I'm always super happy about that. Love Canva, love their packaging, love their unboxing experience, but it's still eco-friendly though. You know when sometimes people have this like unboxing experience of just like, now we got all this waste. What am I to do with all this bubbles? I don't know. All of their stuff is like recyclable, but it's still also very beautiful. So I love Canva. Cool. So we covered Vistaprint, Canva, Mood. Those are the three people that I used to create the back cards, but I designed just about all of them in Canva. Oh, let me give you all a little tip when it comes down to puncturing. When it came down to the back cards for my V pen, I was trying to use this like balled up piece of fabric because I had lost some foam. Foam is the best thing to use when it comes down to puncturing it. It keeps the card nice and flat, so you can actually just puncture it in without the card collapsing and causing any creases or folds. That's just a little tip. Okay, now that your pen is all produced, uploaded, is punctured on the back card, now we got to get it all packaged and shipped and ready to go to the customer. Okay, I was watching a video from another YouTuber who was giving tips about pens. I'm going to leave her information right here because she had some really helpful stuff. You all should check her out as well. She is where I found out about Ecobags. So these are commercially compostable clear bags, but I feel like my customers actually don't know this, so I need to create some like little paper sticker to put on there so people know like, hey, I'm compostable. But y'all know we out here trying to eliminate a whole lot of plastic that's going on out in this world. So those are just super nice. But of course, if you aren't really concerned about that, which you should be, you could probably find some stuff on Amazon as well. When it comes down to what I use to actually ship the pen across the country to my customer, I use a company called Ecoenclose. They have like phenomenal sustainable packaging that's like fully recyclable. They even use algae ink. But another thing that I really love is that it's actually cushiony. Like they have recycled paper lined in the walls of the envelope so that it's nice and cushy. It's gonna protect your pen and it's gonna prevent your pen from puncturing the envelope and causing it to tear or rip in transport. But I think the other thing I would say is like maybe even tips on like pricing your pen. At the end of the day, that's up to you and however you want to live your life. But keep all this stuff in mind, right? First of all, you created the pen, designed the pen, created the back cards, paid for the back cards, paid for the packaging, paid for everything, had to wait the time. Look, obviously it's a whole lot involved in the pen process. So I know when people are like, oh, I just want to sell my pen for $5. Remember, artists, you're worthy, and I'm here to remind you of that as often and as frequently as I can. If this was helpful, give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you think your girl earned it. Be a part of the Tube team. I upload once a week over here on the Tube, mostly studio vlogs, what I'm creating, what I'm making over here in my Seattle studio. But once a month, I come in with some tips and a tutorial video to help the artists out there so that you all can get started on your journey as well. Hopefully this was helpful for you all. Thank you so much for joining me in the studio today. And remember, if you liked it, like it, and I'll see you all next week. So based on, y'all, I need to keep going. Okay, there's construction going on over there. I'ma see if we could try to edit that out, but we gonna keep it rolling. So forgive me for the construction noise so that you can check this video out a little bit later. What the hell? It's early. I rarely be doing this talking this early in the morning.